If you have fibroids and want to manage your symptoms, I strongly recommend eliminating or drastically reducing alcohol consumption. If you do choose to drink occasionally, limit yourself to no more than 2 to 3 drinks per week, and focus on supporting your liver health with plenty of water, cruciferous vegetables, and liver-supporting nutrients. Section 6. Soy products. Now we need to talk about soy, which is probably one of the most confusing topics when it comes to hormones and fibroids. Soy products include tofu, tempeh, soy milk, edamame, and soy protein powder, as well as processed foods containing soy ingredients. Soy contains compounds called phytoestrogens, specifically isoflavones, which can mimic estrogen in the body. Because fibroids are estrogen sensitive, many women worry that eating soy will make their fibroids worse. Here's where it gets complicated. The research on soy and fibroids is actually mixed. Some studies suggest that soy might help balance hormones because phytoestrogens can bind to estrogen receptors and actually block the effects of stronger estrogens. However, other research suggests that high soy consumption could potentially stimulate fibroid growth in some women. The truth is, the effects of soy may vary from person to person, depending on your individual hormone levels, gut health, and genetics. What's clear is that processed soy products and soy protein isolates, which are found in many processed foods, energy bars, and meat substitutes, are more problematic than whole food soy sources. My recommendation is to be cautious with soy if you have fibroids. If you do consume soy, stick to organic, fermented soy products like tempeh, miso, or natto, which are easier to digest and may be less likely to disrupt hormones. Avoid processed soy products and high doses of soy isoflavones from supplements. And if you notice your symptoms worsening when you eat soy, eliminate it from your diet completely. Section 7. Caffeine. Let's talk about caffeine, which is found in coffee, black tea, green tea, energy drinks, and chocolate. The relationship between caffeine and fibroids is another area where the research isn't completely clear-cut, but there are some concerns. Some studies have suggested that high caffeine intake may be associated with increased fibroid risk. The proposed mechanism is that caffeine can affect hormone metabolism and may increase estrogen levels in some women. Caffeine also stimulates the production of stress hormones like cortisol, and chronic stress and elevated cortisol can worsen hormone imbalances. Additionally, caffeine can affect how your body absorbs certain nutrients that are important for hormone balance, including B vitamins and magnesium. It can also contribute to dehydration and may worsen some fibroid symptoms like pelvic pain and cramping. However, it's worth noting that not all studies have found a strong link between caffeine and fibroids, and some research suggests that moderate green tea consumption might actually be beneficial due to its anti-inflammatory properties. My advice is to be moderate with caffeine. If you're consuming multiple cups of coffee per day, plus other sources of caffeine, you might want to cut back. Try limiting yourself to 1 cup of coffee or tea per day, preferably in the morning, and see how you feel. Pay attention to your body. If you notice that caffeine makes your symptoms worse, including increased cramping, heavier bleeding, or more pelvic pain, it's worth eliminating it completely for a trial period. Section 8. High sodium and processed foods. The next category to avoid is high sodium and heavily processed foods. This includes canned soups, frozen dinners, fast food, chips, crackers, packaged snacks, and anything with a long ingredient list full of chemicals you can't pronounce. Processed foods are problematic for several reasons. First, they're typically very high in sodium, which can cause water retention and bloating. If you already have fibroids, which can cause abdominal bloating and pressure, excess sodium will make these symptoms worse.